Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. We are today we're doing a what is it, a
hitch review.
A hitch review on our 3 receiver hitches we have here. We've got a BMW Classics tow and stow hitch, and then we have the shocker hitch with the airbag situation on it. And Austin had just picked up this Gen Y hitch. What's the story on it, Austin?
It's a Gen Y Torsen Flex.
And so there's 3 different grade options with these hitches here. So the shocker hitch has airbag capabilities and stuff like that. You can adjust pressures and you know, for different weight ratings and stuff like that. I use one on my Gooseneck all the time. Love it on the Gooseneck, love that one. The BMW hitch is just a solid hitch all the way around and whatnot. It's just a rugged, just sturdy hitch. There's nothing, no airbag to it or anything like that. And what's the technology behind this Gen Y hitch?
The Torsen, there's rubber bushings built inside of here that are supposed to articulate and absorb impact, similar to the shocker hitch.
And
both of them, I should say all 3 of them, BMW runs about how much you think money-wise?
Money-wise, I'd probably say,
I think the
shocker hitch is run about $750 new on the market. The Gen Y hitch, how much do those run?
500 to upwards of 1,000, depending on your weight rating. This is a 10,000 pound hitch specifically.
And the BMW hitch, we all know they're just
a couple $100,
$250, somewhere around that line, you know. But I do recommend, if you can have each one of these, you get you a good lock to put on it, because people like to borrow them and not bring them back, and borrow them without asking, you know, it'd steal them. So we got a trailer we're gonna be towing today. It's a 20, how long is this trailer?
26 foot probably, somewhere in there. 20 foot.
So this enclosed trailer we're towing today is 22 foot long. It's an enclosed trailer. It's got quite a bit of tongue weight. We have some certified cat scales up here just down the road from us. We're going to be taking it down there and see how much the trailer weighs, kind of go from there. We'll get some videos of the hitches rolling down the road, how they do override overall ride quality and stuff like that, and we'll just kind of go from there. We'll catch up with you guys here soon.
Basic setup on the truck, it's nothing crazy. The truck's stock with airbags on the truck though. Yeah, that is one thing to note, is this truck does have Ram factory airbags that we're going to be pulling with.
So if you're going to be towing anything with airbags, is obviously going to ride a little better when you have weight and stuff like that. A friend of ours, he had a Gooseneck set up with his F350. He had air ride on the trailer, air ride on the hitch, air ride on the truck, and with all 3 of those combined, he says they just floated down the road. And so the airbags on the truck, I think it should do pretty well.
I agree.
You know, the Ram Air, they are a nice setup on these, and I don't know, let's get to towing.
Let's go.
Alrighty, you guys, we are all hooked up here. We got our safety chains all connected, and we're about to run down the road to the cat scales and get weighed.
And let's talk about, there's quite a bit from in the previous clip. There's a lot of flex on this hitch already right now. You can see the Torsen flex bars inside of that rubber bushing.
They're already kind of down.
They're already down pretty far. This is a 10,000 pound hitch. We're unsure about the trailer yet. We'll get to that. But you can tell there's a lot of stress on this hitch already as it sits.
So, but yeah, run down the road, get weighed, let you guys know what it weighs, and we'll get on to reviewing. Alrighty, you guys, we just picked up our scale ticket. Drop in the comments, see what you guys think, what it is. We know what it is. We're gonna get home and grab another camera real quick, and we'll be back. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a great idea.
So we'll see you guys here in a minute. We are on the road. We've got our trailer hooked up. Trying to see the road's smooth on the way up there to the scales, which is only about a mile from my house. But weight was what?
8520. So trailer trailer alone weighs 8,500 pounds for simple terms.
Yeah, we're not certain how much the truck and trailer weighs. We're just more worried about how much the trailer weighs for video purposes and stuff like that.
And this is on the Gen Y hitch that we're pulling with right now. So Gen Y torsion flex. Hitch is rated at 10,000 pounds. Trailer is 8,500 pounds. So it's right within spec of what the hitch can handle.
And we're out here on the service road. We just live off of I-20 out here in Central Texas. And this service road, it takes a lot of semis during the week, stuff like that. There's a rock quarry just right up here up the road. And so far the bumps, like, I'm impressed. I
am too. I mean, we're going right at 50 miles an hour right now on the access road. And this truck does have airbags, but keep in mind a lot of that weight with a standard hitch, it does bump and throw you around quite a bit.
Oh yeah, you have any hitch you want, and you hit a big old bump, you're gonna get slingshotted.
But so far, I'm actually very impressed with this torsion flex technology this hitch has to offer.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty smooth and whatnot. We're gonna go on, I think this is what, it's gonna be 8-mile drive?
Yeah, about 8-mile drive.
And so we're gonna go on this little drive and feel her along the way, and we'll catch up back with you guys here in a little while and see how she's feeling. So we are about, I don't know, 6 miles into our adventure here, and we'd swap it out drivers. I'm driving now. Austin, I guess he got tired of driving.
Nah, I want it to be a fair review. This is my truck.
Yeah.
But I want it to be a fair review and get his opinion from the driver's seat.
No, I've never been around these Gen Y hitches, and this is honest for you folks. We hit a bump. I drive this road every single day, and there's a bump right back there, and it blew my mind on this Gen Y hitch, because it's 2 sets of bumps back to back that stretches the full lane.
This is an example of the road we're on right now. This is the access road to I-20.
But this bump, just 2 bumps back to back, and when we hit that, I felt the truck go over the bump, but that trailer just, I didn't even feel the trailer go over the bump at all. It was amazing. Like, it shocked me, honestly. You know, I was like, wow, like, you did not feel the trailer at all. It was pretty slick. But we're gonna get back home here in a second and swap out hitches.
I think we're gonna do the shocker hitch next.
So one big thing on the shocker hitch with it having a airbag is you have to air it up before you leave your house, or bring you a Milwaukee compressor, literally any 12-volt compressor that's, you know, portable, cordless, stuff like that. So when you get to wherever you're going and you get loaded, you'll have to adjust pressures according to weight, and we'll show you guys how to adjust it when we get back up here to the house.
Now, a lot of y'all might think that's a kind of an inconvenience.
Oh yeah.
If you're hooking up to a lot of different trailers every day throughout your day, I can understand why that would get old versus, you know, your BW hitch. You know, you turn the ball to whatever size ball you need, hook up and go. With the shocker, you do have to air it up every time for every trailer.
Yeah.
I will point that out.
Yeah.
As far as convenience, BW and Gen Y have them beat there.
Oh yeah, but like, I used to drag arenas for a living, and I used to haul all our tractors and equipment and stuff like that. And it was always a pain in the rear, because I'd always air it up to like 25 pounds with a trailer full of my 40-foot, and then it would go, I'd haul, you know, a trailer load to, I'd just have one tractor on or a drag, and then I'd forget to air it down. I'm like, oh, it's so rough, you know, or you put air in it and you think you have enough, and you get 10 miles down the road and you're just like, I don't have enough.
Another thing too, you may know the answer. Once you air that shocker hitch up, do you have to air it up every certain miles?
You do not.
Does it deflate?
It does not deflate. I have rode a shocker hitch all the way from Central Texas to Southern California, and I've never had to touch the air pressure in that hitch at all. So they hold air pressure, you know, throughout the day. It holds it for several weeks. But you know, as age goes and stuff like that, it's just, you have to check it every now and then. Sometimes they'll deflate for some reason, and other times they won't. It's just kind of a given thing. And one nice thing about the shocker hitches, though, is that they sell all replacement parts for them. You can get new bushings, new bags. If you blow a bag, you know, you can fully rebuild your hitch. Does the Gen Y offer any replacement parts?
So on the Gen Y, I believe they have a 5-year warranty on the hitch itself. However, I purchased it. They have a lifetime torsion flex warranty. So if those torsion flex, they're rubber, so if they ever wear out over time, they do sell a lifetime warranty. It's $99, but I believe you can just send it back. They pull it apart, they repack and build the bushings and send it back to you. To my knowledge is how that works, but they do offer a warranty on the Gen Y as well.
So they don't sell you actual like replacement parts. They just sell you just send it in to them and they repair it?
Correct. That's correct.
Pretty sweet. So we're gonna get these hitches swapped out. We'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. So we're back home. We got the trailer disconnected. We're talking about adjustability here. So adjustability on the shocker hitch is, like I said, it's kind of a bit of a process, because you have to pull so many pins to get it flipped around. So I had to switch over from the 2-inch to 2 5/16 because that's what our trailer's rated for. And I'm gonna go up one hole because of this truck sitting a little lower than our 1-tons. And so you gotta get her pushed back in the pins in the hole. And once we get her in there, you can slide your other pins in. Now, your ride adjustability, we're talking earlier about air pressures and stuff like that. You have a shredder valve here on this driver's side of this hitch, and that will take, and I'll show them. You get your shredder valve here. And so, and I'll show you guys here in a minute once we get hooked up to the trailer. There's a bushing, the rubber bushing here, and a polyurethane bushing here. And so, once when the weight goes down on the hitch, it's going to push this bolt back, and you have some space here. You have to air that up till you have just a little bit of pushness on that rubber bushing, and you just want it touching ever so slightly, and that's how you adjust these shocker hitches. And so we'll get hooked up, we'll show you guys how to do that. So as we're taking our hitch down, you'll be able to see here in just a second, well, I was saying a minute ago about how this bolt is going to come back right here. And you can run these without air. They design them where if you blow your bag or something like that, you can still pull without air. But just like right here, you can see it's pulling that back, because this hitch has no air in it right now whatsoever. She has pulled back quite a bit. So we're going to take our compressor and we're going to unscrew our little valve cover thingy-majiggy. Put that right there. Get that plugged in. This is a rigid air compressor. You can use whatever you want. It's got 7 pounds in it right now, so it's almost empty. So you're gonna fill it up, and you'll watch this come up, and you'll see once when this plate here kind of smushes out a little bit, you'll be able to see, and that's where you want your air pressure to be at. So you want just a little bit of squish, not much. So once it touches it, always just give it a couple little clicks. We're at 50 pounds right there. And so we'll unplug that, and you're all set and ready to ride. We're gonna finish hooking this up, and we'll see you guys here in a minute. Alrighty, we're just hitting the road now with the shocker hitch. As you've seen, we hit it up to about 50 pounds, and we're taking her on down the road. Now, I have used these shocker hitches for, Lord, probably 4 years now, maybe 5 years, and use them all over the country and stuff like that. And they pull great. I'll have one on my gooseneck and stuff like that. But like you said, you never know. You can't just hook onto it and go. It's a constantly adjusting air pressure and stuff like that. And so, what's your thoughts on the shocker hitch as of right now?
It feels good too. We are on the same road. We're making this a very fair review. We're driving the same road alongside I-20 on the access road. Same bumps, same road, same speed, 50 miles an hour. Really, to settle the controversy, you've got your folks that say B&W is the way to go. You've got your folks that, you know, shocker, shocker, shocker. And you've got your folks that are Gen Y, which Gen Y, I've been seeing more and more of them out on the road, but no one's ever stopped and said, which is the best? The best of these hitches, which is the best? Everybody got as a B&W. If you drive a lifted truck, more than likely you have a B&W on your truck. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right. You do see a lot of B&Ws floating around, but you know, they make the gooseneck hitches that goes in your bed, and like you see in B&W a lot in the trailer world.
Yeah.
And it isn't until recently you're starting to see more of the shocker hitches and the Gen Y hitches come up, going down the road and seeing people use them. You know, and I know shocker hitch, they've been around for probably 15 years or something like that. I'm not entirely sure when they were established.
I don't know when Gen Y came out. B&W, it's been around for a little while as well. And they make various sizes in your B&W.
Yeah,
you know, your lifted trucks. I mean, I think they go all the way down to, I think their biggest drop's like an 8 or 10 inch drop on a B&W.
Wow.
It's pretty big. Gen Y, same thing. They make custom hitches for SEMA trucks.
Yep.
They do have support bars. I can't remember what they call them, but support bars that mount up to underneath the truck as well.
Right.
So there's a lot.
On the Gen Y hitch, do they offer anything for people towing campers and stuff like that with weight distribution bars and stuff like that?
They do. They actually have multiple levels of the Torsen Flex. I think their entry level, it looks kind of like your normal hitch if you walk into a Walmart that you can buy, a drop hitch, but it's a mini Torsen Flex hitch that looks like that. It's rated for 7,000 pounds. That's one that you see a lot of people that pull. It's actually made to pull and hold like bike racks and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And it takes the hit from your bike rack. You can also put a ball on it, and it can pull, you know, a smaller boat that weighs, you know, about 7,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It can handle that. They do have a gooseneck version of the Torsen Flex and a fifth wheel version. So they do compete in that market just like the shocker hitch does.
Yeah. So the shocker hitch, I know they have I guess it's like a torsion setup for a camper setup. They have fifth wheel setups. They have bumper pull, of course, gooseneck, and everything. As far as I know, it's on airbag. They do have some that just comes with your, I guess it's a synthetic bushing or something like that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I actually need to change the bushings on my gooseneck because I've got one bushing that got blown out a couple of years ago, and I hadn't even. Every time I hook up to it, I see it. I'm like, hey, I need to order that, and I just hadn't done it. So, but yeah, well, we almost got to your part of the portion of the ride. I'm thinking it's a little rough, maybe.
I think it's a little bit rougher than the Gen Y so
Maybe
far.
just a little bit.
The real test will be that bump in the last video that we hit. There's two little bumps in the road on the other side of 20 over here, and we hit that earlier, and that's a pretty hard bump without a trailer.
It is a big bump.
And the truck, you could feel the truck hit the bump, but the trailer, it was almost like it was separated from the truck at that moment.
Yeah, you
couldn't feel it.
It was amazing.
Very smooth. Very smooth, actually.
Yeah. So we're gonna swap drivers real quick, and we'll be right back.
So we have switched drivers now.
Yeah.
Jacob's driving my truck.
Behind the wheel.
This is and our tow truck is just it's a 2018 Ram. We're Ram guys here.
We are big Ram people. We own several of them and know how to work on them, and we love them around here.
So we have it's a 6.7 Cummins 2500. Typical 3/4 ton truck.
It's made its trip out to Mexico before, and so she runs real nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice. So, but yeah, no, we're coming up on a one bump right now. There used to be a real big dip. They recently repaved the road, and it took a lot of the dip out, and here it is. It wasn't bad. It just kind of flowed through it, and that's why they kind of made it, even though, because it used to be like, you used to really feel that dip going through it, and now it's just kind of a small little steady little go through. We're going about 56 miles an hour. And so up here on the bend where this rest area is, we have another set of bumps. Like, we can really be able to tell them because it's a massive bump back there. We also have a camera set up on the hitches, and we'll be throwing those video clips in here as well, just so you can see the hitch operate during the bumps and stuff like that. And yeah, my thoughts on the Shark hitch, like I said, I've used them for a long time. It's just so difficult to get your air pressure set where you like them. I've had them so smooth you can't even feel your trailer back there. And then there's other times I'm like, you stop every 10 miles to change your air pressure, and when you're on a long trip, that's the last thing you want to do is stop. I hauled 8 pallets are about 2,000 pounds each out to Mississippi a couple months back, and Lord, I can't tell you how many times I stopped because I just could not get that air pressure set where I liked it, especially on 20 and those bumpy roads. Here's the other set of bumps here. You definitely felt that second bump that time on the trailer. It's like with the Gen Y hitch, whenever we went over it, we felt the truck hit, and then with the Shark hitch, you definitely felt that second bump. I think where the Gen Y really comes into play at is like a lot of really bumpy roads, rougher terrain and stuff like that, so you have that torsion up and down movement, and it really shines well when you're on interstate driving, bad roads and stuff like that. But out here, just amongst everything else, I think the Shocker does great in its way as well on smoother roads. But I mean, Lord, Hitch does great on smooth roads, but it's just all in that air pressure in that bag.
Your lightweight bumps.
Yes, your lightweight bumps.
What's cool about the Gen Y is the hitch separates itself from the truck and the trailer. There's a torsion bar in the front and a torsion bar in the back, those rubber bushings. So it is separated from the truck and from the trailer. The trailer itself, that hitch is kind of just it's like a float. It's a floating technology that they use. Compared to the Shocker, it's just a hitch with an airbag underneath it.
Exactly.
There's not two, there's 2 rubber bushings, but they don't work the same as a Gen Y hitch does.
Exactly. And so when we get back here to the house, we're almost back now. When we get back, I'll show you my Gooseneck setup, and it's very similar made the way their bumperable hitches are. And yeah, I mean, like Austin's saying here, is that the way that torsion setup is on Gen Y, it's independently from the truck, and so you have your hitch here that's into your bumper, and then you have the actual trailer part where your ball's at, and it's just independently moving, and that's where that really shines a lot, I feel like.
Yes.
So we're about to pull up here to the house. I'll show you guys that other hitch. We'll do a hitch swap, and we'll be right back. Alright you guys, we have made it back home, and I'm out here at my 40 foot tandem dual big Tix trailer. It's a 22 GN, and I put a shocker hitch on it like 4 years ago, and we've been using it. And here's those bushings I was telling you about a minute ago. See that one there is just kind of blown out and stuff. And I've pulled this hitch, I can't tell how many miles. It's been all over the place. Mississippi, New Mexico, all over the place. The lock mechanism on these, you slide back, it's locked, forward, unlocked. Pretty simple method. Your airbag, of course, and then you've got your
Schrader
valve there. And this is a big Tix, so I mean it's got your adjustable up there on the top and whatnot. And it uses similar to the same technology as their bumper pull hitch. We're talking maybe eventually trying to get a Gen Y gooseneck hitch, so we can do a review versus this to the Gen Y hitch. And so yeah, we're about to get the B&W hitch swapped in and take it for a drive and see what we think. What's your thoughts?
I think it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I do too. So they don't have any type of
flex
of any kind. It's just a solid
rubber. It's just a solid steel hitch.
It is all there. So we're gonna get it swapped around. We'll be back in a minute, folks. All right, folks, we got our B&W tow and stow hooked up. Similar to the way the shocker hitch adjusts. Have to pull pins up and down and whatnot. The only thing is, between these and the shocker hitch, is this one has adjustability up and down, and then you have another pin to pull to twist your ball. And so,
and the Gen Y adjusts the same way. So it goes up and down. The ball itself pulls out, up and down. This doesn't have any shock absorbers in it. This is just, you can call this a basic hitch.
Yep.
This is probably your most popular hitch on the road is a B&W. If you've got any kind of 3/4 ton or half ton or lifted truck, your most common hitch you see is
9% of the time you see these going down the road.
And they make these in a 3-ball. This is a 2-ball. But all these hitches are 2-ball, but they do make a 3-ball that has that little 1-inch, 1 1/8 or something like that.
Yeah,
ball.
something like that. The littlest one no one ever uses.
Yeah.
1 7/8.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is the cheapest of the 3. I think these come in right around $200.
All right. Well, we didn't turn the camera on when we left the house, but we're turning the camera on now. We just figured it's just a standard hitch we're using here, and we're not going to be able to tell much out of it. It's just bumpy, flat out bumpy, folks.
And not to bash B&W, I've never owned a shocker personally, but I have owned a B&W. It did get stolen. That was my last trailer hitch I had. It got stolen while I was out at a concert one night. But they make a great hitch. Don't get me wrong. They're a great hitch. They're durable. They're strong. They're beefy. You can, hit it with, you can hit something with it. Someone can hit you with it, and the hitch is going to take the beating.
Exactly. All these hitches, all these brands we're using, we're not bashing any of them. We're just doing an honest review on what we feel and what we think about them. Like, they're all great brands. I've used, well, all of them except the Gen Y. The Gen Y is new to us. But this is just our honest review on them. And, if it sounds like we're bashing, we're not. We're just, hey, this is what's up,
We're not getting paid for any of this. We're not paid by B&W, Shocker, or Gen Y.
We're not even sponsored by Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we're just two best friends doing a review on a trailer hitch.
We're just riding along. We're doing about that 55 mile an hour mark. Just cruising along. We got these bumps coming up here soon, and like the B&W, it's a nice hitch. It's easy to use. You just put it on there and go, and you ain't got to worry about it. You don't even have to grease it. You literally just start it in there and go, just like a normal hitch. And then, I know you can grease the shocker hitch. Has got 2 grease ports on it. And then I noticed the Gen Y hitch
does have a grease port as well.
Yeah, and so they're all serviceable, greasable, so you don't blow out your bushings or don't dry it or anything like that.
So we are coming up to these bumps up here. You can hear everything rattling in my truck.
Yeah,
right now. There's no absorption of any kind. It is just a basic hitch. Functions great.
It functions.
It's a stout hitch, but here's the bumps right here.
55. Oh God.
Absolutely no absorption of any kind. No shocks, no torsion bars.
I went to the chiropractor this morning, and when I hit that, I felt it in my neck. So yeah, that's our honest review on the BMW hitch. Solid hitch. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong with it, but you get what you pay for when it comes down to a receiver hitch, is the bottom line.
We would like to do a review one day. We have a shocker for the 40-foot gooseneck. We would like to get a Gen Y. We got to get the funds to do that first. They're not cheap. None of these hitches I would call cheap.
No, definitely not.
But eventually we would like to do a review, maybe load a tractor or a couple of dualies on the flatbed, and
yeah, Lord knows we have enough trucks we can
throw a couple trucks on the trailer and do an honest review on the gooseneck version of the shocker and a gooseneck version on the Gen Y hitch.
Exactly.
Just to compare those as well. This one is strictly the bumper pull controversy.
Yep. So we're gonna get back here to the house and get this dropped off, backed up, put the trailer back in its home. We'll get all these hitches pulled up, give you guys a thought process and everything along the way, and let you guys know who's wins, and we'll see you in a minute. Alrighty guys, we have made it home and we have dropped off the trailer. We got back from our second drive. I'm not sure how much hitch video we've got of the BMW. The GoPro overheated, and so I hope it's all there. I looked at it. It froze. It had 2 minutes worth of footage, so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it got more than that, but yeah, we made it back home, and here's our hitches.
We're gonna talk a little bit about them too. So this hitch here, the Gen Y, is pretty cool. So we didn't really talk about adjustability on the Gen Y. It does have a pretty neat little lock, I'd say lock pin, but it is pretty cool. This does come out. You can adjust this. It is adjustable. I believe this is the 7-inch, so you can put it any one of these 7. It does have an option too. This is for a, I guess you call it a pencil lock trailer. It does have that option as well on this hitch here. Pretty cool. This does come out. It does come with the pencil lock adapter. This is, I believe, to add this on is like 60 bucks. However, you can slide it in here, get your lock point here. You can lock that in. You can take your receiver, install it here, and it does have a coupling where it can lock, and you can pull a pencil lock trailer as well, which is one cool thing about it. Another cool thing on the Gen Y, if you have a shackle can go in here, and there's also enough options and raisability that if you wanted to put, this is an aftermarket recovery shackle, but I can pop this in up here and have multiple, ball features in this hitch. Very usable hitch as far as features go. It's pretty cool. It is the heaviest of the 3. This hitch weighs, what'd you say, probably 80 pounds, 90 pounds, somewhere in there?
Probably in the 80-90 pound range. It is fairly heavy. And then BMW is weighing in, what'd you say?
Probably 20 pounds maybe?
Maybe 20
15, 20 pounds.
And then Shark Hitch probably weighs in about 40 pounds, I'd have to guess.
Another thing with the 3 of these hitches too, the shocker cannot be used in a raised position. Your highest lock point on the shocker is going to be, up here at the top. This is not a raise. This would just be a level mount. However, on the Gen Y in the BMW, you can use it either way. You can install it in the truck. It can go as a raised, or you can flip it, and it is a 7-inch drop on this particular model, which is nice if your trailer does sit up higher. This is flippable. B&W, it does flip as well. You can flip it like that, move that pin up, and it will go in a raised position as well. That is one pro of the B&W in the Gen Y that the shocker hitch does not have.
Yep. And so as far as all 3 hitches goes, after riding and pulling that 8,500 pounds down the road, same path, 55 miles an hour, you know, I like my shocker hitches. I've used them for years, but I'm gonna have to say the Gen Y, I think it won this round, don't you think?
I have to agree. The Gen Y, out of the 3, we knew that B&W didn't have any shock absorbing technology, but it is one of the more, if not most, popular hitch of the 3. The price point is the cheapest of the 3. But the shocker, as far as performance goes on a heavy trailer, our trailer was 8,500 pounds.
Yeah,
it handled that trailer better than all 3 of these hitches. The shocker did great as well, yeah. But you did feel some of the bumps on the shocker.
You felt more bumps on the shocker. The shocker hitch made it just kind of float, but as far as like smooth over bumps and floating and stuff like that, I'd say the Gen Y probably takes that away. It does really well. And so, anything else? Alrighty, you guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know what you guys think on these hitches and what, you know, how the video went and stuff like that. Let us know your thoughts and comments
and what you want to see next,
whatever you've done, stuff like that.